Alaska. I'm in Ketchikan today and I'm going for a tour. I bought a ticket and it says Deadliest Catch of Crab Fisherman Tour. So my boat is waiting for me. You can see right over there. Good morning.
Morning. All right, perfect. Sit wherever you would like.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
That's really neat, hey, that one?
What is that?
It's an anemone.
Yeah, folks, this is golden Alaskan king crab. One of 3 species that we actually target up here. There's a red king crab, blue king crab, and golden Alaskan king crab. You get that picture? Good, because that's 42-degree water going in my armpit. Red king crab, you're going to go looking for these things' habitat. Red king crab, you're going to start out about 42 fathoms, 6 feet to a fathom. You're looking for a muddy, tacky bottom. That's where you're going to find him. Blue king crab, they like a little bit lower salinity. There's some islands up in the Bering Sea that host those conditions. Gravelly bottom. These guys, incredibly deep. Steep mountains down there. You're going to fish these things, you've got to be patient. They're very slow fishing. Once we get them back to the boat. They do have to be a male for us to commercially retain them. You're going to tell that by this abdominal flap. The fact that that comes to a point tells me this is a male. Female's very distinct. It's a fan shape. Half moon right here. And what's going to happen is she has a clutch of eggs underneath there that she's protecting. Upwards of 200,000 eggs. And that's an impressive number from one female, considering the amount of females out there. But get this, less than 0.1% survive. Because when they hatch out, they're microscopic. They're victim to the tide. They just blow around and everybody's eating them. So they take biomass of the female very serious. We come in with a female, we're going to get in trouble. There's no excuse for it. You got him? He's a male. He does have to be a specific size. You see those guys go over to the table after they dump it and they're throwing those crap down left and right. That's years of experience. They got an eye for it. But there's always going to be a few you're not sure about. And then you better get that stick on it. Because here's the thing. If it's short, you're going to get in trouble when you get into town and it's in your tank. If it does make the stick, they're $12 a pound, and they're about 7 pounds a piece. So you gotta be sure when you get to that point. They'll come together in huge schools the size of this boat for protection. They'll go into that mold cycle. That membrane releases from this exoskeleton. He gets himself out through the back here. The only thing he takes with him is his eyes. When they're in that state, they're vulnerable to everything. They inflate themselves with water. All the meat was activated. They inflate themselves with water. They stay in that big clump with the size of this boat for protection. After a couple, 3 months, calcifies, and they start breaking off and start that whole routine all over again. Now, you see the molars here and that big claw? I call them molars because they look like human molars. They're ivory. That claw is for crushing clams and whatnot. There it is. Yeah, there you go. Alright, Bailey's gonna get him out, pass him around.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Might have something. Uh-oh.
Nobody messes with Bailey Davis, folks. Alright. That's a giant Pacific octopus. Apparently he drank all the beer. Now, the reason he's in the barrel is simply this. Those prawn pots we pull up, we get these guys about every other day. They're getting fit inside that little ring. They get inside there, they eat our show. You're gonna eat our show, you're gonna be part of our show. We put you in the tank, we bring you over here into this cove, put you in the barrel, and they do. They're very reclusive. They like a cavern or a cave. And we hold on to it for a couple of days. He's holding on to you. And then we parole him. And then somebody else ends up in timeout. Now, giant Pacific octopus, over 200 species. They are all venomous. There's only one that can kill you. Anybody from Australia? Yeah. Yeah, Bering. You just keep that little bugger down under. We don't need it up here. The only solid thing on this animal is its beak. It's right in the center of those legs or tentacles. And it's just like a parrot's beak. It crosses over itself. It's gonna bite a hole in the ground. You're doing amazing.
Yeah, okay. Great job. Now this is the YouTube team.
Yeah.
That we were waiting for.
Folks, I'm gonna try something real quick here. There's the middle, 1, 2, 3. 3 legs over, suction cups all the way to the end. That's a female. If it was a male, they would have stopped short. Not crazy? Not something you needed to know, but it was so easy, I had to tell you. They have 9 brains, 3 hearts, see in color, can change their color. Amazing animals. Everybody get a shot of that?
Well, too late.
Yeah. We don't want to wear them long out.
These hooks are for what?
Targeting right now, halibut, lake cod, rockfish.
Okay, for the fish.
Yeah. Golden king crab. So it's very efficient, but it's also very dangerous. So you have an anchor on each end that keeps the line on the bottom.
Good, ready? Yes, we are. Let her go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. has. It's got teeth like a rat. But he's got a Greek name that hopefully the captain will say because I always butcher it. That's a Hyperlegius Colia. That's a hyperlegius system. Now, you see the spine on top here? That is very venomous. It won't kill you, but it will ruin your day. It'll probably last about an hour. And you'll feel like you get stung by a dozen bees. They use those huge wings and just fly over the bottom. This guy here, this is a peacock we call him. It's actually a Pacific cod. Fish and chips, delicious. Great sport fish. You get into a bunch of these. We would fish out of probably 250 pots. We'd have 10 to 15 rigs with triggers rather than tunnels for catching these for bait because the biomass can sustain it. Get those out, but let me tell you a little bit about this pot first. This is a cone pot or a dome pot. And the way this thing got introduced into the fisheries is simply this. You Deadliest Catch fans, you see those big 6.5 by 7 bys on that TV show. You got a smaller boat, you're only going to get about a dozen of those on the back deck, and your decks are used up. These things, if we were commercial fishing it, would have left it in the bridle. There's a pucker string back here. I undo it. That pot has a purse. That purse opens up, all that product comes out, and now we can stack them. You got a little salmon boat, you're fishing crab for the winter, you can get 150 of these on that boat because you're stacking them. You got that many opportunities to catch crab, it's a lot better than 12. Now the way it works, it fishes 360 degrees because the tunnels are in the middle. We have bait jars, they're perforated, scents going everywhere. Those crab pick up on it from any angle, and they're gonna go right up to the top and inside, and we got them. Now, these are box crab. Probably haven't seen them, you certainly haven't seen them on the TV show. We would catch them as byproduct or bycatch of what we were fishing for up here, and we thought, we gotta put these in our crabbing adventure because you guys came from so far away. We're gonna let you hold these and get pictures with them. And the way you're gonna hold them is just like this. You can't reach you. They are edible, they're delicious, cousins to the king crab. And if we could fill this boat up in 20 hours with big ones, you would see them on the market. They're very elusive, that's why you don't see it. They're like transformers. 1 minute, they do that whole box thing, and then the next thing you know, you got Optimus Prawn. All right, what do you got, Bailey? Bailey's got Barredi Tanner crab. Tanner is the species. Barredi and Apelios, their cousin. You know them as snow crab. The way you're gonna hold these guys, out on the ends of the legs like this, gently. Get your photo ops, he can't get you. You hold him like the box crab, it will come down and find your hand. All right? Folks, we're gonna let the chains down. We're gonna encourage that you come out here. You can imagine trying to land that 20-foot sea. We took and had these replicas. We set them up in this pot as if we were fishing on the ocean floor. One of the things we're gonna do, we have 300 of these cages on a boat. We'll set half of them. That might take 10, 12 hours. We go back and do what we call spot check. We pull them up to see what's going on. They were there last year, doesn't mean they're there this year. We come back over to this pot after 10, 12 hours, we're excited. I've got 3 riders going in that tunnel. They're not even in there yet. That means they're on the bite. They're after that bait. Couple on this side, 9, 10 inside. Things are looking good. We come back 30, 40 hours, we might have an 80 average in there. Now, like I was saying earlier, that doesn't happen very often. All right. First thing Bailey does when they land that pot, she sets the dog. See the dog's coming up, grab that, secure it. She's gonna come up with it. These guys are gonna bring the table in. Men on each side are gonna do these door straps, throw the door up, and then she's gonna double action that thing. This is where you had better remember to put on the dogs, because it's gonna happen. Sleep deprivation over here, it gets spaced out. That pot takes off and it doesn't care who's in front of it. All right, coming down. Pot's fishing red king crab, and I know that for some of you it'll be hard to see, but the bottom of this door, the panel, the wet's huge, okay? That lets those juvenile males get out. Females of the species are typically smaller. This thing's cleaning itself the longer it's down there, so we're not harassing them when we pull it up. The tunnels, right here, it's a 9 by 30 inch opening. Those big king crab can slip right in there. When we fish snow crab, these things are $1,000 a piece, so we don't have 2 sets of gear. We accessorize the gear that we have. I've got my hands on what we refer to as a tanner hood. I'm gonna pull that down, and it's gonna restrict that 9-inch opening down to about 3.5 inches. These guys can't get in. We're not harassing them out of season. Gonna take this other panel up front, cut the zip ties, drop it down so we can keep those legal opelios in there. Something we do with all of our gear, all of our pot fishing gear, we cut holes in it deliberately and we sew it up with cotton. It's a biodegradable cotton. On a king crab pot, it's gonna be 18 inches over here. And what that does, we don't wanna lose them, but we do. It's gonna happen. It keeps this pot from ghost fishing, where it's just fishing continuously down there on the bottom. The nymon's not gonna rot out. But that cotton does, and then everybody's free to come and go as they please.
Just like a motel, in and out. Okay, everybody, you see the red crab, right? When I came to Alaska, it was 1979. And I fished out on Kodiak Island with Bailey's dad. Now we fished for red king crab around Kodiak. Back in those days, Kodiak was called king crab capital of the world. We caught more king crab there, I think, as many as anywhere. Well, in 1982, a virus came into the water. It attached itself to the female's eggs, and they couldn't reproduce. They closed that crab season in 1982. No red crab. 1983, 84, 85. I'm a young man. I think we'll go back in 10 years. 20. Crab season has been closed for 41 years on Kodiak Island for the red king crab. Now, up in the Bering Sea, we're in big trouble. Waters have warmed up. And when that happened, codfish, 10, 15, 20 pound codfish have now swam north because they like that warmer water. They're swimming on the bottom and they pick up our female crabs like that. Eat them like Twinkies. They ate our baby crab. Matter of fact, 95% of the females are missing in the Bering Sea. So the last 2 years, we have not had a red king crab season in the Bering Sea. And then last winter, for the first time ever, they didn't give us an opelio season for the snow crab. They're gone. When are we going to go back? I don't know. wrong this time. Mother Nature's very powerful, you know. She can do amazing things when the water changes, the environment changes, predators come in, then you lose the fishery. So, the tags on this crab pot. What are those? Now, if you're a fisherman, it's inherently dangerous. No matter what you're doing, longline fishing, king crab fishing, doesn't really matter. We called our buddies and we asked them to send the tags off of their buoys. So we put them up in the bow of the boat, right through that door, and then back into the galley. There's a box and there's pins. And if you guys would like to grab a tag, it's a donation. Whatever you put in that box goes towards a fisherman's memorial fund that's in need. Now, when COVID hit, 2019, we shut this tour down for 2 years. Last summer we got up here. We found out that the native Indians that live here on this island, during COVID they had 2 fishing accidents and fishermen did not come home. In the village of Metlakatla, they have an 80% unemployment rate in that village. We thought about the families that were left behind. You guys were grabbing these tags, writing memories down of loved ones, and this and that. Last summer, when the cruise ship, they all quit coming in October, we drove this boat over to the village. We invited the tribal community, the chief, and I handed him that check. He's looking at that check. Kept looking up like that. It's $28,000 to jumpstart the very first Fisherman's Memorial Fund they've ever had because of you guys. And then as he had that check, he told us a story. He said, you know, many of the families that are left behind, they don't have enough money to put a plaque out on the point where our memorial is. That helps them. And this crab pot helps many communities around the United States over the years. 2023, wish we all could have been here together. Love our family. And Bill and Mary June McKenzie, thank you for teaching me to travel. Well, and Pat, your memory is now here in Alaska. Now, in April, before you guys come on the cruise ship, we drag that pot up here, and then we all climb on top of this pot. We put our memories down on that crab pot. If you go through that door, there's a shadow box right there of one of my guys, Steve Neva. He's that young man that had that infectious smile that would raise any crew morale. Every time I fished with Steve, I was excited to come to Alaska. Well, he rides with us today in that shadow box. And it's a stark reminder that over the years I've fished, I lost 32 buddies. The memorial pot, I want to thank you guys in advance for that if you participate in it.
That's my ship, and I'm gonna go back again to my ship. Grand Princess